This is George. He's about to take the 8:20 cross-country service out of Aberdeen. 13 hours and 23 minutes later, his train will arrive at its final destination, Penzance, in the far southwest of England. The 773 miles that separate Aberdeen and Penzance makes it the longest train journey in Great Britain. George isn't going all the way, of course. There'll be several crew changes, and with 45 stops between Aberdeen and Penzance, there'll be a big churn of passengers too. One of the busiest stops on the journey will be Birmingham New Street. This is the hub of the franchise's operations. Because Birmingham provides a conveniently central point, all of its services pass through, end or start from here. Its fleet of Voyagers, Turbostars and HSTs cover over 1,600 route miles to 118 destinations. These intercity and interregional train services fan out around the country, connecting passengers with 7 out of Britain's 10 largest cities. And because they intersect so many services provided by other train operators, for many passengers, cross-country provides the most viable way to make journeys between numerous destinations that would otherwise be very awkward to reach by rail. So who are cross-country's passengers? Its core business is rooted in meeting the needs of both business travellers and leisure travellers, most of whom want to travel off-peak. And they encompass a wide range of age demographics. This said, the franchise also serves commuter markets, which can be a factor in overcrowding on some routes. Since being awarded the franchise in 2007, the incumbent has done a good job of managing such an operationally complex franchise with the resources available. And since the Direct Award in 2016, it's received an extra £38 million to help improve services. From April next year, Cross Country will provide free Wi-Fi access across all of its services. But with refranchising coming, it's time to raise the bar because there is room to improve and develop services still further. So what will be expected of the new franchise? Whoever runs the next cross-country franchise will have to show that they can truly collaborate with many stakeholders and organisations. Cross-country operates through every network rail route except the South East. It also interacts with all train operating companies except 3, and it interacts with many freight routes. It does not operate any stations, but provides a key interchange for many passengers at stations. The next franchise will have to work with all of these routes, operators and stations to improve the journey experience. Bidders will need to find ways to deliver much needed additional capacity to tackle overcrowding, now and in the future. A renewed focus on right time performance will also be expected, particularly into Birmingham, but also at other key points on the network. Meeting PPM is good, but not enough. With 1 in 2 cross-country passengers changing trains, we expect bidders to optimise the connecting experience. It's also time to look at the shape of the network. Is the franchise still going to the right places? Could services be more usefully and profitably reconfigured? Are there any destinations that should be added to the cross-country network? The franchise will also need to have an eye to the future. And with that thought, we want the new franchise to embed an ever-evolving culture of innovation. One that constantly looks at and explores different ways to exploit opportunities that will improve the value of the franchise wherever possible, to benefit both passengers and taxpayers. A key part of this will be delivering a significantly improved customer experience with improved carriage interiors and better onboard facilities, addressing the needs of different markets and passengers with different journey purposes. This means dealing with the difficulties concerning luggage space and overcoming the perception of cramped interiors. This also means the provision of appropriate catering services, and it entails providing much improved Wi-Fi and a range of smart ticketing options. In addressing these top priorities, the successful bidder will need to be groundbreaking in their approach. For example, with trains conveying a mixture of local and longer distance passengers, are there better ways of serving these different markets? How can intercity and interregional passengers not be disturbed by large numbers of short distance passengers constantly getting on and off? Finally, it cannot be forgotten that the franchise's biggest competitor is the UK motorway network. This closely mirrors cross-country's routes, so there must be very good reasons for potential passengers to vacate their cars and take the train instead. To sum up, the winning bidder will be the one who is prepared to face these challenges head-on. They will improve performance, improve value for money, and have innovative plans to provide service excellence for passengers that is second to none. So whether the choice is between a car, plane or coach journey, the train is in fact the obvious choice.